We're here in Trabzon in Turkey, and it's time for Storm's second service. It's going to be his first service while on this round the world trip, and we are 13 kilometers overdue, so it's worked out really well. So we're going to get him in there now, and he's going to have his oil changed and all of the other things that he needs doing to him. He goes. I've just taken Storm down to the service garage below, and we're here in the waiting room while he has his service done. But while we're waiting, I'm going to tell you about a really exciting project that we're doing with this round the world trip. We've actually teamed up with Motul, and we're going to be using their NGEN 7. This is one of their latest oils and is one of the best in class for 4T Motul oil. We're going to be using this for the next 80,000 kilometers in this round the world journey, and we're going to be putting this in every 10,000 kilometers in various service stations around the world. But really interesting thing about this oil is 50% of it is actually regenerated. So Motul are in the forefront of having a sustainable oil. So really looking forward to this project and really happy to have Motul oil running in Storm. When choosing an oil for your motorcycle, you need to be confident that you're putting the right product in. I have a lot of confidence in Motul because they've been making premium quality oils for decades now. Also, something I really like about the company is they've been supporting the motorcycle industry. They've backed the MotoGP, the Isle of Man TT, and the Dakar races. And now they're supporting us on our round the world journey. So I think I better get this oil back down to the garage. So that's the old oil out, the filter's out, putting the new filter in now, and then I think we're going to add the NGEN oil into the bike. New filter is in. I didn't realise how easy it is to put the new filters in. It's like 3 screws underneath and then the filter drops out. So I think before, sometimes you need that special tool in case the filter was really tight from being on for a long time. But it looks like that's a little bit more on-the-road filter change friendly. We've asked them for a spare filter if they've got one in stock, so hopefully they will, just to carry it around with us in case we can't find a BMW service station on the way, or we need to change the oil unexpectedly. At least we'll have the filter with us and we can change the oil. So yeah, it's looking good. And NGEN 7 going back in. Well, that's Storm ready for another 10,000 kilometers. It is all serviced up and ready to go. The plan for today is to ride to Batumi in Georgia, but first we're going to head back to the hotel. I'd like to just plug them into the laptop, make sure all of the HEX systems are still working and the settings are still as they were, just in case there's been any updates in the service. And yeah, then we're ready to go. So let's go, Em. Now that we're back at the hotel, before we leave, I'd like to do a few more checks on Storm as he's had his big service. And one of the things is to plug in the HEX 911 again. Now, I plugged this in this morning before the service just to get like a report on any error codes that might be in the bike or anything that stood out that I needed to mention to BMW. There wasn't really anything that came up. There was a few error messages that happened in the past. I think one of them was when we didn't have the EasyCan and we had our heated vests plugged in and we had like a low battery drain. These aren't error messages that will flash up on the screen necessarily, but they're all logged from the computer, and the 911 will read them all and will create like a report for you to see what's going on. If it's too in-depth, you can also send that on to someone that can read it, but having that information is really valuable. But now, after the service, what I'm going to do is going to plug the 911 back into the bike. I'm going to reset all of the error codes that are on here from the past 10,000 kilometers, and that way we can put it in again in a few days, and if any of the error messages are reoccurring, then perhaps it's something we need to keep an eye on. So I'm going to whip off the seat and plug in the 911. So the port is located underneath the seat. Just going to be careful because it's got the cable attached for the heated element. I'm going to leave that attached because I think if I detach it, it will actually cause a new message on the 911 there. So it's just in here. I had that out before. And you simply just plug in the 911 into there and then turn the ignition on of the bike. This one is the Wi-Fi version, so you can actually access this through an app on the phone. So just open up the app after connecting to its little wireless network, and then it will find Yeah, it will find the 911 module that we've got. So we can open up that, and then we simply press auto scan, and the little 911 unit here will do a complete scan of the bike and then list all of the error messages or codes that have been logged in the system since the last time. So it only takes about a minute to do a full scan of the bike. 90% and 100%, and it's done. So here you get a report of any of the messages that you have from the bike, but I've already looked at the ones that were on there from this morning, so I'm going to scroll all the way down, and you can press clear all faults. So that's going to reset all of the fault messages that have occurred in the bike, so that when I plug it in again in a week's time or in a couple of days and I see any new ones, I know that they're not from like a couple of months ago or several thousand kilometers ago. You can actually download this as a PDF as well, and you can log it, you can store it somewhere, or you can send it to your dealer or something just so they know what you're dealing with. So that's something I really like about this unit, is it can really tell you what's going on with the bike instantly, really. That literally took a couple of minutes there. So if you've got an underlying problem with the bike that perhaps you don't know about, for example, maybe your side stand switch has been damaged, you can't start your bike and you don't know what's causing that, this little unit here will point you in the right direction, so at least you know where to look for to try and fix the problem, because not every fault that can happen with a bike will appear on the screen. So yeah, really cool bit of kit, and small that you can travel with it without any problems. I've plugged the laptop into the EasyCAN so I can check that the settings for the auxiliary lights are the same. These are the settings that I'm using. So here I've got that it's set so when the engine is running, the lights come on, which means as soon as the engine's off, the lights will go off automatically, so there's no engine drain. I've got flash when the turn signal is activated, so when the indicator, the auxiliary amber lights will act as indicators. Strobe when the horn is active, and strobe when flash to pass. There are my settings for that. I've got the day intensity running at 10%, the night as well. 10% is strong enough for those. Even 10% is really bright. And this second set here is for when I put the main beam on. You can see there, that's main beam. I've got 100% and 100%. So this is for the middle cluster of the lights on the Denalis. The second cluster here is the top and the bottom, which we've got 0% for the daytime runnings, because these are just to come on with the main beam. And then when I put the main beam on, we're going to go for 100% light intensity. That will also come on with the amber lights at the same time. So that's the settings we've got for the Denali D7 Pros up front. They're managed by the HEX EasyCAN, which is really simple, and it's quite a user-friendly interface as well, so you can change the settings around without any bother. We're running two EasyCANs on this bike because we have one controlling the front auxiliary lights and also the heated gear elements, and we have the second one on the back, which is running the 3 auxiliary brake lights and turn signals on the back. So I've just connected it to the second EasyCAN here, which is underneath the seat, and again I'm checking that the settings have all stayed the same since the service, which they have. We've got here, which is the running light intensity, so the lights will always be on. That's set to 10% because these LEDs are really bright, so 10% is bright enough as it is. When braking, I've got it at the full 100%, so no excuse for not seeing us when we're braking. And I don't have it flashing on braking, and we don't have the California legal flashing, but that one we might need when we do get to California. We've also got to flash on rapid engine braking, but those you can actually set further. There's extra settings here where you can increase the sensitivity to the engine braking. I've got it at a low sensitivity, just so that every time I roll off the throttle, it's not flashing. But if there's someone where I'm braking hard and I really close off the throttle, then they should flash as well, which is a great little feature to have. So they're all set right. I've just done a little update of the software as well, which is automatic. You don't need to do anything for that. So I think Storm is ready to go. There is just one thing we wanted to do, was they said they checked the filters on the service, the air filters, but it doesn't appear that any of the panels have been taken off. So we might just give the air filters a quick check. I think they will be fine, as we haven't really ridden through any dusty environments, but perhaps they can check them on the computer to see what the airflow is like, but we might just do a quick physical check before we head off. The air filters are located at the front here, but first of all you have to take off the little plate and the plastic cover to get to the air filter screws. So the air filters are located underneath this panel here. So it's just 2 screws that hold that on. SBV kit comes with this extra long torque bit here, which is what you need to take off this forward screw in here. It's quite good, this toolkit. It does come with everything. So then you should be able to just lift that out now. And there is the air filter, which looks really clean actually. I think there might be 1 or 2 flies in there. I might give it a little tap out, but I think that'll be good for another 10,000. But I don't know what the conditions are going to be like in, I don't know, Kazakhstan, for example. If we pass through a desert, they might get clogged quite quickly. We do have with us a set of washable air filters, but it also means we have to carry cleaner and filter oil as well with us, which, I don't know, we've been thinking, should we fling these to save the weight? But I think they might come in handy in the next stage of the trip. So we're going to keep them. We're going to keep their paper filters in for now. If they get clogged in a desert or a sandy region and we can't clean them out anymore, we'll just fling them and then we can put the washable ones in, and that'll save us from washing them once. But for now, we're going to carry these around with us. So let's just give that filter a little tap out and a clean. See what's in it. There's a bit coming out of there. There's quite a few flies there. It's on your seat there, Em. Sorry about that. We're happy that the Storm is in good nick now. Having the service done, we've got the Motul oil in, checked the filters, ran the HEX 911 through it, and I think we're ready to go. Just going to put the tools away now. We can get the bike packed up, and we're going to head to Batumi today. So we're going to cross the Georgian border. Not sure how long that's going to take. I'm hoping it's going to be a straightforward crossing, but who knows. But yeah, looking forward to getting to Georgia, and we can really start this next stage in our tour. We left Trabzon about an hour ago. We've done an hour on these coastal roads here. It's quite a fast, boring road, but the coastline is pretty stunning here actually across the tip of Turkey. We're only another hour or so away from the Georgia border. Storm is running lovely after his oil change, so he's happy, we're happy, and I think we'll be in Georgia in the next hour or so. So should we do this last bit of Turkey,
Yes, I am. Oh, my foot peg is down. I'm really excited to get into Georgia. I loved our time in Georgia. When we were there, we went for our 5th-year wedding anniversary. And I absolutely loved it. So
we did. And we spent some time in Batumi as well, didn't we? So it'd be nice to...
We spent like 3 or 4 days in Batumi, so...
It'd be nice to get back there tonight. There's some great restaurants there, remember rightly.
I think we need to stock up on all the food that we can get, because we're about to enter the final stage of stage 2. And then stage 3 is coming, and that is a whole different ball game. Alright, coast road time again.
We've just caught the first glimpse of Batumi. Once the trees clear, we can just about see the city skyline on the horizon there. Batumi is a gigantic city. It really impressed us the last time. There's so many high skyscrapers there, and it's really built up, which is quite funny because it's quite a contrast to where we are now, which is quite sleepy coastal towns.
And around it as well, around Batumi is quite sleepy, and you just like arrive in this giant city. Yeah, it's really cool.
It is, isn't it? I'm quite looking forward to getting into Batumi today. We should be there in no time.
But I think we're nearly at the border, not quite yet, but nearly, just passing through a little checkpoint then. So we will turn the cameras off soon and get through. Yeah,
and apparently they do run your plates to see if you have any outstanding fines from Turkey when you exit. So we've heard. So we might find out sooner rather than later whether we did need that sticker. But we did check, and it didn't appear that we've used any of the toll roads, but it could be that some of the bridges were included without us knowing, but we'll see. Apparently the fine is 4 times what the toll was. And as most tolls for motorcycles are like literally a couple of euros, it's nothing to be stressed out about, I don't think.
No.
Might actually be cheaper to pay the fine than to actually buy that sticker.
Well, we'll see anyway. Job number 1, exit Turkey. Job number 2, get insurance for Georgia.
Yeah, that's right. We'll need to buy insurance once we're through. But that's pretty simple if I remember.
Yeah.
Last time. But this region is really beautiful actually. It's with the little mountains around there. Can't see them at the moment, but we did see some snow-capped mountains in the background. I'm guessing they were the same ones that we saw yesterday when we were up in the up on the hills. But the only annoying thing is, if you want to go and see some of the coastline, you can't, because there's no way of crossing to the other side of the road or down and under, unless you're coming the other way. If you're coming from Georgia, then it's probably a nicer ride.
Yeah, it's quite a good coast route actually. How long do you reckon till the border?
Probably 10, maybe 20 minutes maybe, something like that. It's not far off. I'm not sure what the queues are going to be like actually. It could take a while, but then I don't particularly intend on queuing if there is a queue. The good technique to avoid a queue is to filter as far as you can, pull up the bike next on the side of the road, and then get your passports out, and it kind of looks like you've been pulled up for a bit.
Yeah.
And then it's less obvious when you join the queue again.
A friend of ours went through it the other day and it took them 3.5 hours. So.
Did it? Oh
yeah.
Gosh. Oh, and it's 4 o'clock now, and I think we lose another hour.
Yeah, we do.
When we cross over. They have a different time zone in Georgia, do they? Possibly?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just an hour though, but...
Maybe. We'll have to see.
Yeah. Should we just grab the documents out then?
Yeah. Passports are in here. I think the Turkish insurance is in that one as well, in case they ask for it.
I think they will. Passports. Okay, I think we're ready.
Well, we're just pulling up to the border between Turkey and Georgia now, where we've got the expected backlog of trucks from all different countries actually. It's quite interesting to know like what the logistics are of these places. But gosh, look how many lorries there are. It's amazing. Watch out for opening doors as well.
Yeah. Not long now till the border.
I think literally 2 or 3 minutes. It's just around these next few corners. But these guys must have to wait days maybe sometimes. At least these ones have got a nice shaded spot in here.
Yeah. Quite stuffy though.
Yeah. That was TM. Is that Turkmenistan then?
Not sure. Maybe. There's a UK one.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, and on the other side too, coming in.
Wow. I feel sorry for them. Yeah.
I guess this is quite a main in and out of Georgia, isn't it, for the things that are getting lorried through.
It's a pretty cool border crossing though, like cut through the rock.
Yeah.
Okay, camera's off.
So Emily and I have been split up for this crossing. Passengers need to go through the inside to be processed. So I'm on my own with the vehicle. I think that's quite commonplace from here on, but not a nice experience really when you're both taken away from each other. One could get through and the other not, but that's how it is, so that's how we're going to do it.
Sean and I got separated at the border. He's had to go through with the bike and I've had to come off and walk through. So that's a bit of a faff really. I've still got a camera with me. I'll keep you updated, but I've got my passport, but I haven't got any other documents because we share a lot of the same documents. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully they just stamp me straight out.
Quite a big queue here, so it might be here for a while. They might actually be through before me.
I really have no idea where I'm going. I'm just kind of following where everyone else is walking, but there's no signs or anything. But it's absolutely jam-packed in here. There's no air conditioning. It must be 35 degrees. I can't see Sean. I can see some of the other cars. It's like a glass window, but I have no idea where he is. And neither of us have any 3G or signal in Georgia.
Right, I'm clear through the Turkish side, passport stamped, and officially left Turkey now just to get into Georgia now. There's a little bit more of a wait, and I'm stuck in the sun here. Em, however, I can see is in a big queue of people in like a standard passport control. I could actually just see her through the window here, so I hope she gets through a similar time to me.
So I am stamped out of Turkey. I don't know if we're going to have to get on a bike to get into Georgia. I don't know if I'm just about to walk into another border. No idea where Sean is. That was horrible though. There was like 1,000 people trying to get through 2 check-ins. One was for Turkish citizens and the other one wasn't. So
Em and I have been reunited, and one last thing to do before we can proceed is to get some insurance for Georgia. So just as you get through the border, there's tons of these little booths. We picked the first one. There's a nice lady there. She changed our Turkish lira as well, which was good. So I'm just gonna wait for her to process the documents. I'm not sure how much it's gonna cost, but I'm guessing between 30 and 50 euros. Right, got our insurance now. It was, I think, 18 euro, or it was 20 gel. Yeah, 20 gel, which is about, I think, 15 or 18 euro. It's quite confusing here, traveling with bike registration documents that are written in both English and Welsh, because they seem to always look at the Welsh side first, which causes a lot of confusion. But we're in now, and we're gonna make our way to Batumi.
okay, reunited.
Let's get out of this chaos.
Yeah, that sucked.
How was your crossing then? Was it not very good?
No, it was horrible. It was unair conditioned, sweaty, airport style. 100 people trying to get through one open section. They had like one open for foreigners and then one open for Turkish citizens. And
for
then
Georgians, yeah.
No, like what,
Oh,
you know, like just getting out of Turkey.
Oh, right, yeah.
It was a bit of a nightmare. And then they said I crossed by car because it had like the car stamp, doesn't it, in the passport? And he was like, where's the car? Like, why aren't you? And then, so I was like, helmet, motorcycle, my partner's on the motorcycle. And I think I spoke too fast and confused him because he just stamped it.
Yeah, it's a slight clue, isn't it, when you're dressed in bike gear, that you weren't in a car. It's not just how you dress normally. Yeah,
so then I walked across to the Georgia border, but I tried to exit like halfway because I didn't know that the Georgian border was right, like, you know what I mean? Sometimes there's a drive between the two. Yeah. And then like a security guard came running after me and he's like, no, you can't go there. I was like, sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. And then I got to the Georgian border. That's where I saw you outside.
Ah, yeah, I saw you then. Is that when I saw you?
Yeah, and it was like hell, wasn't it? There was like a million people. So I got in the queue. How long do you reckon that border took? 30, 40 minutes? 15 hours?
Probably. It was, I mean, we weren't too long at each step, were we? So it was, probably an hour.
An hour? So then I got to the front of the queue, and the guy takes, like the photo on the camera, you know, and they have to like look into the screen. And then he like pulls me forward and he's like, you have to go with the guard. And I was like, why? And so he got out of the thing and then they took me to the side and he's like, have you been in Georgia before? But it's not in your passport. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, it's a new passport. And then he's like, what did you think of Georgia? And I was like, oh, I love Tbilisi. And we spent time in Batumi and we actually went to Kutaisi and Chitradurga. I was like thankful for my memory so much. And he was like happy then. But then he was like, you're going to Russia? Because we have the Russian visa. And I said, yes. And then because we're going to Kazakhstan and then you can look, I'm also going to China. Like it's a whole route through on the motorcycle. And he was like, oh, so and then he checked the Chinese visa and that. And then he was like, so where are you going tonight? I said Batumi, and then just a few days then we'll be in Tbilisi, and like it's a whole tour. And I said it's 80,000 kilometers in total, and then I showed him the photos and him and the guard were then like laughing and joking with me and like really happy and really friendly, but they started off being so like stern,
suspicious, yeah,
and suspicious, and then by the end of it they were like, what's your Instagram?
yeah, like and subscribe, guys, thank you very much.
Yeah, but it was quite funny because I do understand it, like you're just going to go straight to Russia, or like what's the situation with that. So I wasn't like worried or afraid, but it was a bit disconcerting of like, because it must have flagged up that I'd been in Georgia before,
right,
on the system or something.
I mean, it's not a regular visitor, I guess, is it? Like,
no.
Or like the people coming through, obviously, like either working or living and coming back and forth, I guess.
Yeah, but we're in Georgia. We made it.
Yeah, we did. Fantastic. I don't know what country number this is. Is it like 16 or something?
17.
17. Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder how it's changed.
We don't have a hotel booked, which is my cardinal rule.
Yeah.
For crossing a border, always have a hotel booked, but I didn't.
Ah, okay,
so we need to pull over, and the insurance was for 15 days, right? So
I think so. I guess so. I didn't know. I just
I know. Because when as soon as I left the border, and you were still in the in-between bit, like 6 guys came over to me like, do you need motorcycle insurance? And I was like overwhelmed and kind of ran away. And then there was that really nice old lady, and I was like, I choose you.
You choose, yeah.
So yeah, we've got Georgian money. The beach is bustling because the beach here in Batumi is pebbles. So if you're not into sand, Batumi beach is where it's at.
That's good. Yeah, that's great. And I'm wondering how much it's changed, because I remember when we were here a few years ago, they were building so many new blocks and things. It was impressive already, and it's going to be even more impressive now.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll hop on my phone now and I'll try and find us a quick hotel. Okay?
Okay, no problem.
Tell me you're back in Georgia without telling me you're back in Georgia.
Yeah, it's a bit as chaotic as I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, this is how chaotic it is. He just called his friend an idiot for running out in front of a motorcycle. You saw it? Yeah, he was like, that was mean.
Oh, it is a bit chaotic. Everyone is like trying to close any gap for each other. It's quite funny, really.
I remember this. We were in a 4x4 though.
We were in the little Suzuki Vitara, great car. So the cars are filtering as well.
It's anarchy. He's had enough, Mr. Porsche.
Yeah, the Porsche, he's got a different route.
He's going off-roading.
He is, isn't he?
I mean, it's quite a ride. Oh, look at that pothole.
Whoa, it's a monster, that one. This truck's going to have to use it.
Eek. Oh. Nah, handled it like a boss.
Quite amazing trucks, aren't they?
Yeah.
Hey.
Got to use them 50/50s.
They've come in handy, haven't they? This little gravel footpath. Although this car's had the same idea, now he's blocking us. Good one.
Maybe you can nip between the two and then scoot around the outside again. Right.
Don't feel like we've arrived at the centre. I must say, the driving here has been the worst I've ever experienced.
Let's not go that far. It was just a tense situation through the traffic, so there was a lot of quick movements.
No, but I'd say it's the worst. Definitely the worst. At least in India traffic, they move like slowly and calmly. It's just like people pulling out left, right, and centre here. It's mad.
Like that on a roundabout.
You just edge until you get out here.
Oh my gosh.
Any gap that is available, they're filling. Thank you.
And their beepers.
Impatient beepers out there. Right, it seems to be calming down. Everyone seems to be exiting the city.
I think everyone's come for a beach day, but it's not even a weekend.
It's not, is it?
It's a Tuesday.
Right, get in this lane again, I think. Don't want to be in the stress lane. Oh.
Oh my gosh. Right, let's go to Kazakhstan.
Yeah. Do not pass go.
But it's a cool place. It's
Some quite impressive tower blocks approaching.
It is. Oh, that car 4 might have Wi-Fi, Sean.
True.
Is there some weird rule here on the roundabout?
Like
if somebody knows, can you let us know? Because it was the same in Turkey. They don't roundabout.
It's like a roundabout, but with like priority right for those that are entering the roundabout, which is very strange.
Yeah, that's got a Dunkin' Donuts and a Subway and a car for. Surely there's going to be Wi-Fi in there.
If I can get in.
So we are here in Batumi. Sun has gone down and we did manage to find a hotel, but we'll talk to you about that later because we've come straight out for food at a place called Nids, which is highly recommended for its falafel, which is exactly what I fancy.
It's actually a Lebanese restaurant, is it?
It is, yeah.
It does. And it's open. I think a few places are closing because it's getting quite late. We already lost an hour due to the time difference. Yeah. So we're happy this place is open.
Let's go in. It's just down this little kind of in the cellar, but it looks really good. So it's been quite a hectic day having the service this morning, riding to Batumi and all of the border drama, but actually it wasn't that bad. But the big problem that we had was our eSIM, the network provider, not the eSIM provider, actually had a problem today. So we had no internet when we normally would have, and I forgot to book, completely my fault, a hotel before we crossed the border, which meant when we got here we didn't have any internet and we were driving or riding around trying to find somewhere to get internet. When we eventually found somewhere to have internet, and looking for a hotel here that had secure parking for the motorcycle was a little bit difficult. The ones that we could see that absolutely did have underground parking were like double or treble. Oh, sorry.
Do you want to drink now?
Yes, drink would be great now. Thank you.
No.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. So when we did eventually find a place that we thought had parking, and then we went there and we booked it, it actually didn't have parking. So it just kind of does show that you can't ever rely 100% on hotels or booking.com to actually see about secure parking. Even when we booked one today that said it had it, it didn't. So sometimes it's hit and miss. We're quite fortunate that just outside the hotel there is a spot for Storm, so he's there and he's got his D-lock on, so we're not so concerned. And there's a big police presence here in Batumi, so we're not too concerned or worried about him. But as Sean said before, it is 10 o'clock now, but to us it's only 9 o'clock. So I think we'll eat this. We might take a little wander around Batumi, and then yeah, we're going to have the day off tomorrow to explore Batumi a little bit. We've been here before, and there is already a city vlog of Batumi on the channel from a few years ago, so I don't think we'll film too much. We're just going to have a relaxing day off because it is such a bustling city, but we might show you a little bit more of it. But right now I'm starving and excited to get some good traditional Lebanese falafel in Georgia.
Well, you're going to have to believe me, this was a beautifully presented plate of falafel, but we've tucked straight into this. I have to say, it tastes really good. These are definitely homemade because they're all different shapes and sizes. Really tasty. And it came with this gigantic wrap bread. This is only half of what it was. We've already ripped this one in half. But,
It's lavash, isn't it?
Lavash, is it? Yeah, it's really light and thin. It's really tasty too.
But these falafels are amazing. Super crispy. Can you break one in half for us, Sean, to show the inside?
Can I eat it as well, or are these yours?
No, they're mine. Look at that. It's really good, really tasty. Really happy we found this place.
We're back in the room now after dinner. The room's a little bit of a mess at the moment because we just dumped our stuff, got our clothes out and went out for dinner. But the room is actually huge as well.
It is. It's actually a really nice hotel. It's such a shame that it doesn't have bike parking, or I probably would recommend it to you guys because it's in the perfect location to explore Batumi. As we said before, we have explored Batumi quite extensively, so there's not so much we haven't seen before, but there's a few things I'd like to see again. There's a statue right on the water of kind of the Georgian equivalent of Romeo and Juliet. It's like a story of two star-crossed lovers. That's beautiful, and that's right on the seafront. And then there's also the big Ferris wheel, and then there's a skyscraper with like a mini Ferris wheel inside. You can actually see it from the balcony, and it's all lit up tonight, so it looks really cool. But other than that, I think we'll just have a mooch around town and find some breakfast in the morning, hopefully see a few little things before we start our big tour of Georgia, which I'm really excited about. We're going to be heading deep into the Georgian mountains, and of course we'll be heading over to Tbilisi over the next few days. So join us in the next episode as we finally start our tour of Georgia.